Hey guys, I am back with another lettering video, and this is just, hand lettering, hot mess, almost like, what is it, Deep Dots by Jack Handy? Maybe, kind of, not really, so we'll see how it goes. I can't remember what I did last time, so it would have been too proactive of me to check, so we're just gonna roll with this, and let's do the months of the year. Why not? We'll also do the days of the week just for shits and giggles. So let's start off with the faux calligraphy look. And remember, there's always that light on the upstroke and then heavier on the downstroke. So that will give you that faux Jan, okay, except when you're like me and you are thinking way too hard about it, and then you end up doing some crazy stuff, a little shaky action. I don't even know if that's how you spell January. Yeah, that is. Okay. So this is going to go over like a turd in a punch bowl. All right. So we've got January, February, oh, that's wrong. Yep. Awesome. Also, I got all shaky hands because I'm pretty sure I burnt my fingertips off with pressing cups today. February. I hate the way February is spelled. First of all, it's not spelled, what is it, phonetically? No. You know how you say it. Because February, I guess kind of, I don't know. Whatever. I don't like it. Let's change it. January, February. But yeah. And remember, if you don't, you can always go back and thicken it a little bit if it didn't quite make the cut. So I am thinking really hard about this. So if I were March, let me finish doing the months. I want to go over some here too. Oh, my marker's like shredding. May. Oops, that's down. So that is like, I am really thinking hard about this as I go, which when you're starting out, you definitely want to, but as you get your style down, you're going to find your own way of doing this. And it might be that you can connect more letters at once. Because like I would not pick up my pen between each letter. When you're starting out, it's really good to pick up your pen because it causes you to slow down some and actually think about the next letter that you're writing. But my natural muscle memory wants to go so fast that I'm just like, wait, what? August. So as you can tell, like most of my strokes are not that true, thick, thin that we're looking for when you're doing faux calligraphy, because I write so heavy and it's hard for me to think like, okay, turn that up, turn it on the side to get that thicker look. But for instance, like with March, it would be like up is lighter and then down. And then you're gonna have that upper and then down. And then it's gonna be that down. But I'm thinking so hard on it that which, so if I was writing it on my own, I would go back and do that faux calligraphy more, where I am filling in the downstrokes, which sometimes with these Crayolas, it's harder because you can actually see the marker strokes. So definitely with a pen is a lot easier. Like for instance, okay, so, and I would spread it out a lot more, because with a pen you could definitely go in and fill, so you could see more of that thin and thicker downstroke to give it that more faux calligraphy look. And like I've said in all of my videos, it doesn't really matter. As long as you like the way that it looks, that's all that matters. There are lots of, guidelines out there, not really rules, because I don't think anybody has ever said, like, this is a rule. It's just definitely more guidelines. If you're looking for a specific look, when I am doing this, I just prefer the very flourished look. It doesn't necessarily have to have that thin, thick look of faux calligraphy. So like let's just do October. So if I was just writing this, I just like the very flourished look. Not necessarily the thick or thin downstroke, but if you're looking for that thick or thin downstroke, you could also use, if the Crayolas are, like, the base is too thick for you, the thin tips. And the reason why I constantly say Crayolas is just because they're so cheap. And they have that good base. So October, so let's go with, so if you wanted to do November, so then you could definitely, with these super tips, go back in and get that extreme faux calligraphy, where you can definitely see where you've got your thicker downstrokes and your thinner upstrokes. These are really good for that. The base is really tiny for me because I have big old fatty hands. So that's why I prefer the bigger Crayolas. They also can take a little bit more beating as far as my heavy hand. So that's kind of why I like, see, you can definitely see the more thinner and thicker downstrokes and upstrokes when you use the super tips. So let's say November, let's do December. So we would go our downstrokes, and of course, again, you decide how thick and thin you want it. It is just what you like and what you want to do. And as long as you love it, fuck the haters. Alright. Because one, whatever you're doing, it's your project, it's your style. It's your planner, it's your notes, whatever it is. Like, so definitely, do your own thing. Alright. Sometimes that little loop, because that's, there we go. So, that shouldn't be as thick, but I went once, and then of course I had to correct it. Another reason why I'm not Don't do a lot of the thickening and thinning of the downstrokes in my planner, because I'll keep going and I'm like, ooh, if I just touch this up one more time, and if I just touch this up one more time, and the next thing I know, I got a big blob because I've touched it all up one more time. We got a little bit of ghosting on here, a little bit of bleeding where I went really thick with the Crayola markers, but this is that notebook collab that I did with the Penny Pages and Caitlin over at TPC Nation, this thick graph paper. So we're gonna keep going with the Fiat. The next style, you know, or the next time we're gonna do the days of the week. So again, and you want to kind of, if you're going to go back and do the faux calligraphy, you want to kind of spread out your letters so that you can have room to thicken them up. Russ is cooking dinner and it smells so good. He's making meatball bake. And it is so easy. So I talk about recipes on some of my planning videos. If you are just tuning in for lettering videos, I talk about Russ's recipes on my planning videos too. He's such a good cook. So Meatball Bake is super easy. It is literally frozen meatballs, whatever brand kind you want. And you put them in like an 8x10 pan or 9x11, whatever you want to do. And you add pizza sauce on top of them. And then you add mozzarella cheese. And you just bake it according to the directions, and you put as much cheese and pizza sauce on there as you want. It's basically it is spaghetti without the noodles, because we've been doing more keto friendly recipes. We're not like hardcore ketos. We just made some changes in our diet because one, we are getting older, and two, neither one of us was liking the way we were feeling. So we decided to change up some stuff, because we would eat potatoes, rice, any kind of carb with every single meal, like even breakfast. So we've been doing it since the middle of June, maybe the beginning of June. And I've lost about 25 pounds and he has lost 40. So, but yeah, I mean, we still, you know, if we want something, we'll have it, because we don't, not denying ourselves, because that's when you overindulge. But I found too, like, so we went out to dinner. That tea is not my favorite. We went out to dinner on Friday, and we went to our favorite Italian restaurant and got what we normally get, which is this pasta. It's called the Bowtie Granata. It's so good. Oh my God. It's got grilled shrimp and pancetta and this white cream sauce, and it's just heaven. And all these seasonings. And, you know, we had some bread with dinner, and I had 3 glasses of wine, and I've been kind of low-key hanging off the wine and doing more. Okay, I don't like any of that. Literally none of that I like. So, and then we had dessert, because they had this caramel cheesecake, and not like regular cheesecake with caramel drizzled on there. It was actual caramel cheesecake. Oh my God, I felt so bad by the time we got home. Oh, that's bothering me. There we go. By the time we got home, and then I'm gonna redo Thursday. I'm gonna do it a different way. And then the next day, like, my stomach was just in knots. So I told Russ, I was like, yeah, maybe next time I will just do the pasta and skip the bread, the cheesecake, and the 3 glasses of wine, and maybe do like 1 glass of wine. Cause, oh my gosh. But like when we were in Kentucky for convention, all right, see, this is, again, because I thickened the whole thing trying to make it the same. We had like fast food burgers one night, and I felt so bad the whole night. I couldn't even sleep. I had such bad heartburn and just felt horrible. So the next day I like loaded up on vegetables and grilled chicken. So it's real weird to see how my body is changing as far as what it likes. That's definitely been an interesting thing. Okay, I am not happy with this. That D is too thick. Yeah, see, this is one of the reasons why I need to practice more on pen to paper and stay off the iPad, because on the iPad you can just hit that back button until you get it right. But yeah, so anyways, we have been doing really good on that. So I'm happy. I mean, I'm still getting the things that I like. I found amazing substitutes for some things because I am a sweetaholic, and I have found that there are some really good keto ice creams out there, the ice cream bars and stuff. And then as far as chocolate goes, the Russell Stover sugar-free chocolates, those are really, really good. I like the toffee crunch one the best, but the caramel ones are my second favorite. My friend Selena, she likes the pecan clusters, or pecan clusters, however you want to say it. I don't like pecans or pecans, so those ones are not my favorite. But they have a caramel one, and they have a peanut butter cup one. They have a coconut one, but I don't like coconut, so that one's definitely out. But yeah, those are a good little substitution for when I have a chocolate craving. But yeah, I've been really happy with it. It's been, so like one of the reasons why we needed to change it was because, I mean, I used to have a bagel for breakfast every single morning. And when you don't exercise and then you pile on bottles of wine at the end of the night, and your supper has potatoes in it, then that necessarily does not make for a very healthy. So, and I don't want to exercise, so I decided that I would change my eating habits instead. Because I will be 43 this year, and I don't want to exercise. I've decided that that does not bring me joy in my life, so I'm going to Maria Kondo that shit right out my life. But yeah, I'm like, this does not bring me joy at all. No part of it. I mean, I used to be very active when I was younger. I mean, I played softball for many years. I played varsity basketball, JV basketball, and I played varsity softball. I did swim team. So it does not bring me joy anymore. I do not like exercising. All right. So there are the days of the week also. So just keep practicing. Like I said, there are so many things that you can practice. Is like, I mean, days of the week, look around, see what you have laying around your house. Like, I used to take a notebook and I would sit there and letter the names of the characters of the show I was watching. So it can be anything. And you don't have to have any lettering prompts. There are lots of fun ones out there. You can look for like hashtag lettering challenge on Instagram. There is lots of fun ones out there if you want lettering prompts, but you can just take a notebook, I was filming some reels. Take a notebook, take some markers, sit down, and just zone out and letter as you are hanging out on the couch, watching TV, or even a smaller notebook if you're waiting in line somewhere, you know, wherever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do, give a thumbs up, and I will be back later for some more hand lettering tips.